Hi, everyone. For those of you who I haven't met yet, my name is Jess. I use the pronouns she, hers, and I'm Executive Director of 826 Boston. And we're so excited to share this evening with you. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the land where the 826 Boston Center, offices, and partner schools are located in Greater Roxbury, and where I'm dialing in from in Melrose, Massachusetts, are in the original homelands of the Massachusetts tribe. And we honor and pay our respects to the ancestral bloodline of the Massachusetts tribe and to their descendants who are still inhabiting the land on which we work, serve, and live today. There are over 500 people zooming in tonight from across the country, and we're so excited to bring together so many different members of the 826 Boston community. Our donors, partner teachers, students and alum, volunteers, board and team members, and community partners. And I know we're all really looking forward to hearing from best-selling author Angie Thomas later in the program. Ibram X. Kendi, author of How to Be an Anti-Racist, describes her as one of the great literary voices of our times, noting, "I don't know if anyone has done more to inspire young people in the social justice movement more than Angie Thomas." And tonight we bring together Miss Thomas, Robin Young, and 826 Boston alumna, poet, and activist, Legacy Thornton. And that's all to come. First, I'd like to just take a few minutes to share some updates from 826 Boston. It's our mission to amplify the voices and stories of the next generation of young leaders. From performance poems to college essays to civic engagement projects, 826 Boston students explore the beauty and the brilliance of their imaginations, and through the power of words, learn to advocate for themselves and their vision for the future. When students open up 826 Boston books, they see authors who look like them, and they find their life experiences reflected in the pages. The powerful message is, your stories matter. Your voices matter. The racial justice uprisings and recent election have held a mirror up to the deep work that needs to be done in this country to root out centuries of systemic racism and white supremacy. As an organization, 826 Boston recently shared our diversity, equity, and inclusion action plans that have been in development for over 2 years and are being built into our goals and practices. And we do this ongoing work as part of our responsibility to repair and heal our country, our organizations, and ourselves, and to be able to provide safe places for students to write about their fears, hopes, identities, and dreams. Since shifting to all virtual services in mid-March, we've provided over 7,000 hours of writing and tutoring support that is free to students and their families. In the pandemic, the disparities that existed in the communities that we serve have been magnified, and the opportunity gap has widened. In response, our talented team has redoubled their efforts to customize learning opportunities remotely for every school, classroom, and student who we serve. We're in a place to effectively and compassionately respond to this moment and remain committed as ever to providing students with resources and support as they write their paths forward through this profound chapter in our history. Tonight you'll hear from Legacy Thornton and Tariq Charles, both from the 826 Boston Writers Room Slam Poetry team. We hired Legacy after she graduated from high school to coach the team at her alma mater, the John D. O'Brien School of Math and Science in Roxbury, where she started coaching Tariq Charles, who you're going to hear from too. And they were both featured in a BBC documentary last year that reached over 10 million listeners worldwide. For me, as a former Boston Public Schools teacher, it is amazing to see students gain confidence in their voices and in their writing skills. But to see them become mentors and teachers themselves and to guide one another on their paths is just, it's the best. It doesn't get much better than that. So it's really my joy to introduce you tonight to Legacy and to Tariq, two talented young artists who are profound storytellers and truth tellers as well. And we also hope that you'll be inspired to support our work this evening. We want to thank all of you for being here, and to those of you who have already contributed, thank you. There will be opportunities to give both during the event and after the event, and it really is what makes all of this possible. So now it's my pleasure to introduce a film directed by Matt Watson and featuring poet, rapper, and 826 Boston student Tariq Charles.